Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing sort of an informal get ready with me. I have a couple products that I want to try, and so I'm excited to do that. So I decided to record because I'm trying something new. And I have, if we have time, I have just a couple things that I also want to share with you that I think are a lot of fun. So let's get going. All right, we're gonna try a couple In Beauty products here today. I love the brand In Beauty. If clean beauty is important to you, check them out. I have not tried really anything yet in their line that I haven't really liked, but I have not tried this yet. If you have, some modeling, some even redness, but more so probably more of the darker sun damaged little freckling, they claim that this green machine is going to help to diffuse that. This isn't a heavy sort of corrector, which I really like that idea. It is more of a dropper situation. Oh yeah, this is like aloe vera sort of consistency, if you will. And I'm assuming it's not going to be over the top. Okay, so we're going to try it out and see what we think. And I have used this before. It's quite lovely. It's a mineral sun glow. This is an SPF. And I use SPF all year round. I use it winter, spring, summer, fall. I don't care if it's raining outside. And most of the time, I hardly ever leave my house. But I always wear it just in case, even, if you're sitting by a window, it's going to happen. Now, yes, the UV index is going to be a lot lower in the winter. Absolutely. It's just something that you need to do. The UVA rays are the aging rays, and they go right through clouds, right through glass. It doesn't matter. The sun's up there, no matter what our cloud cover is like here on Earth. So I just think that if there was ever even one product that you can put on your face that is a magic sort of key to kind of fend off aging, it would be sunscreen. And I definitely think that is the most important thing that you can do. Yeah, I have a lot of pigmentation in general, but we're gonna go, don't do this. I know it's what they do on TikTok, Instagram, and whatnot. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna go light with this because I'm just not sure what to expect. Oh, this is very slight. This is very light. I'm just going to very lightly still put this over the face in case I don't like the way it makes my skin feel at first, because I've never used this. I even have freckling on my nose. So I don't know. We'll see how this works. Most of my sun damages. I even have freckling and sun damage underneath my eye. I can't talk today for some reason. There is the slightest, you can see it just the littlest bit. And if I did this right, I would have done half of my face. Goodness knows I have enough pigmentation to go around equally. What I'm going to be using today for my concealer is something that I used to use all up until my probably late 40s, early 50s. And I used this definitely through my 30s and 40s. I never wore any foundation on my face until I was in my 40s. It was just this. And I would put this is Well Rested by Bare Minerals. It has been around forever. It is a very light, silky powder that has the lightest bit of yellow in it. So it really does great for concealing that blood pooling that we get in here. And also it did a great job for now back then I had less of it, but the little redness, the telangiectasia, the broken capillaries that cause redness here on my chin and around my nose. And I would just sort of like toss it in here and I was good. And I miss that, but I want to try this again because it has been years since I have tried this. But I know that my skin is different now. I know my eye tissue has changed and aged, thin, crepey, that sort of thing. So I am gonna mitigate that with making sure that I have sort of primed my eye tissue with really great moisturizing products. The first thing I do, and I use this a lot and it has lasted me a very long time. This is the Noni Ice Oil. This is a very light oil that has been designed just for that delicate eye tissue. Absolutely adore this. It has a little ball on top. I just roll it all around the orbital area there, and then I press it in. So this is a dose of nutrients I'm feeding my skin here. That eye tissue, along with having some nice moisturizers there, it also needs to be fed some of these lipids. It is so light, you're not going to feel it much, other than you're not going to feel so dehydrated there. If you have residue left over, you have put way too much on. But I do recommend, after doing this, that you use your fingertips. Don't use a sponge or anything else. So you've got clean hands and you're just going to lightly, you don't have to press, but just really lightly, just sort of take that natural heat that we get, through our body temperature, and just allow it to assist it to just sort of penetrate in, and you are good to go. I did that, which I do. I alternate, I have some favorites that I use for my eye area. Now this is more like heavy duty type of stuff, but it is nice to use in an instant like this. I really love this. I look at this more as like a barrier support situation. It is lovely, and it's a balm, and it is made specifically for the eyes. They have one, and I have it as well, that is made a little more for the rest of our face. So I did put a little bit of this, just a little bit, right over the top once that prior oil was really tapped in nicely, and I did put a little bit of that on, but we're going to also put this on after. So okay, we're going to get in here. Mineral Sun Glow. This has a bit of a tint and a beautiful glow to it. It is lovely, actually. It's lovely, and I love that. Oh, my cats. My cats are hissing at each other, and Buddy hates when they do that. So he's going to get Loki barking too. So if you have tried other sunscreens that have a tint and a glow, and that tint is really a little overpowering maybe for you, and you're like, no, I have a foundation that's going to cover that up, it's unnecessary, this is a great option because they balance everything really nicely. Let me show you again here. There is the slightest tint here, and yet it distributes and disperses nicely, super easy to blend in. And the glow, they really got the glow down perfect with this. It isn't over the top at all. So today I'm going to be using Loreal Infallible. This is their stick foundation, as well as I'm using their cream. This is beautiful. I'm using their cream blush. It's gorgeous. I love the color of this. So let's go ahead and get this going. This is in color 202. It's the same color that I use in the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, I believe it's called, foundation. I'm going to use one of my newest brushes. This is actually a newer release to BK Beauty. I love BK Beauty brushes. They're my absolute favorite. I'm being honest, completely 100%. I believe any craft escalates and elevates when you're using really good tools, and this is, to me, the best. This is a new one. This is 115, I believe. If I have that wrong, I will put it up here, and it is really nice. All their brushes are really nice. It's a little bit smaller than the foundation brush that I usually use from them. It's quite a bit smaller. This is my favorite anything eye related brush. It is by Angie Hot and Flashy through BK Beauty. They did a collab, so I'm going to load this right on up, tap it, and let me get my mirror a little closer here, and I'm going to see if we can utilize this, or if I absolutely was right in assuming there is no mitigating this issue. And we are just going to have to let go of this dream. Jill, it worked for you back then, but might not be the thing now. Now, I'm not done mitigating because I knew this was going to be a thing. And in a sense, I am using this and packing it on, which I need to do because of what I'm going to do for my next step. But wow, does it ever do a great job color correcting and covering, you know? And it's like this fine line that we really walk when we get older with our concealer is like, yes, we have more than ever to cover. Veining, purpling, dark circles, pigmentation, little freckling we sometimes can get under there. So my goodness, you know, we want the coverage, but yet our tissue can't handle the coverage. We need a serum-like concealer, ideally. I think serum concealers are getting better and better, and I love that. Peeper Perfect by Winky Lux is my absolute favorite. It has a great amount of pigmentation, but still, you know, has that nice serum consistency. But still, you know, I wanted to try this. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now, so my plan, because oh my goodness, yes, but I'm going to tap this in, kind of move my crepiness around, tap it in, doesn't take but a few seconds. And then rather than go in with a little bit more of this oil, because that would be just a little too much, I'm going to go in with this, and I'm going to just put my finger in this. I'm going to wipe it off first though. And I'm going to roll this around here. And then I'm just really lightly going to put this right through here. And yes, this may affect the longevity, obviously. But, you know, I only need my makeup to honestly look good for probably around 5 hours in the day. So that actually looks really, really pretty. Let's go on to the eyes now. I haven't worked out of this in a long time, and to be honest, I don't even remember if I liked it. But I tend to like Catrice, but this is a Catrice Nudes palette. Very pretty. So I'm going to real quickly do my eyes because this isn't going to be a complete 100% just... At least the plan was not to just be a get ready with me video. But all right, I'm going to go in first with this color here. This is definitely a satin, but that's okay. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put it, and I'm going to stretch the tissue a little bit, and I'm going to put it right in here and a little on my mobile lid, and I'm going to bring it up here. And that's going to be that brightener that I like to do with my looks, because I'm very hollowed and very dark in there. So I just want to keep that looking nice and bright. It'll make me look a little more awake as well. And I'm going to take that same color and I'm just going to kind of run it. I don't do my brows until after my eyes for this reason, but I'm going to run it right under my brow and the front of my brow as well. Did I do that on this one? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. I want a nice fluffy dome brush, not too fluffy as I look at that one. So I'm going to grab this here, BK Beauty, blah, blah, because I cannot see the number on that. Let me find out what it is. And I'm going to go right into here. And I am going to put this right in here. Oh, this is nice. Now, I like to bring this in a little bit with some contouring, which is why I was like, can I use this as a contour? It has to be quite matte. It has to be very matte, to be honest, to use as a contour, because we don't want any light reflecting off of any contour that we do. So I'm thinking we're okay. I want to say in the pan, I do see a little satin. So I'll get into the car if I go anywhere and I'll look in the mirror and go, oh! But so far we're okay. And I never put this anywhere near that brightening color that I did. I'm gonna do a little contour in the nose here with the same color. I like to try to use the same color for all of my contouring. I don't always, because it doesn't make sense sometimes. But what it does do is it gives a really nice cohesive look. But just make sure that baby's matte. You can do another color through here that's not matte for your eyes, but if you're using this step as kind of that all over contour, definitely make sure. Okay. My favorite looks are always contoured looks. I think contouring is so underrated for us older women. To me, it's that magic little hidden trick. When it's done right and it doesn't take long, you want to pay attention. Am I contouring for the daytime or am I contouring for nighttime? Because it is definitely a different ball game. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with the color change. It's about the intensity of which you're applying it. I'm going to lay this kind of under here just to support my cheekbone a bit, right through here. I'm going to do, I wouldn't really call it an all-around smoky look, but now that we have this transition color going on, because I don't ever recommend going in with just one color when you do this, I am actually going to go in with this color. I'm going to go in with this color. We're going to do a little change there. And I am gonna get my really nice, I love this one. Now this is not a BK Beauty, this is a Sigma brush. And it's something, and I'll put it up here because I don't know what it is. I like it because it covers a lot of ground. It's kind of skinny. I can get it to my lash line really easy and lift my lash line. Just make sure that you've really knocked this off really well. I'm hoping there's good payout here. And so you don't have that, fallout going on. So I really like to concentrate on just that mobile lid and concentrate on getting most of it right there at the lash line. But then as the pigment sort of goes away, I do like to start bringing it up just to blend it away. So we're going to do that. So, I didn't knock it off good enough. I have fallout, and that's going to bug me unless I get rid of it right now. Okay. A show that I never watched when it was really popular, and then years later, I have tried to get into it, and I never could. Well, finally I did. And I'm enjoying it, and it's Mad Men. Can you believe I've never watched it? And I mean, the cast is fantastic. But yeah, I never watched it until now. Do I think it's like, wow, this is amazing? No, but it is very good. But no, it's like, if I were to say, wow, this is an amazing dramatic series, I would put Ozark in that category. I would put Handmaid's Tale in that category. This doesn't come close to any of either one of those, but it's still great entertainment, and I'm enjoying it. So finally I got into it. I'm only on season 4, I want to say. And I think there's 7 seasons or 6. It is hard to watch sometimes because, and they depict it so well, women working in a men's world back then. Oh God, those women, what they put up with, I swear to God. They do such a good job depicting that. and it is hard to watch, but these are strong ladies. And so whenever they, you know, sort of like deal with it in the way they can, you're like cheering them on like nobody's business. So it's in the 60s in, you know, so women, you know, very traditional kind of life back in the day. Do I like the fashion? Yes. You know, do I even like how, you know, like decor? Yes, it's fun to watch for both of those things. But as for wishing to go back in time, oh God, no. And that would be this one. This is one of my all-time favorite brushes as well. I should just sort of like get together the brushes that I do use a lot. And I use all of these brushes at some point before I wash them, but there are others that I use every time I put my makeup on, practically even. So this is one of those. This is an angled brush. It is, I don't know, 205. And I like to load it the back side first because that's what I'm going to touch. And the top side I use more as blending. So most of this pigment is going right on this back side. One thing about this palette is it does give you quite a bit of fallout, so make sure that you really tap it off really well. And I'm going to be taking this straight up. See how it's a little bit more intensity when we talk about the colors we're using. So rather than going out this way, I'm taking it straight up, even in a little, but I'm going to blend it out and press it in, bring it up. And if I still have too much pigment, I'll take the one that I love to use as my blending brush, and I will blend the top edge on both ends there, the inner and the outer. So let's do that on the other side. This is a very pretty neutral palette. It's very affordable. If you're looking for a palette that is great for neutrals, this one's really nice. We're dealing with taupes here, and these do not bend toward that warm, bronzy, orangey side at all. All right. And I'm going to go in with a dome brush here, and I'm just going to blend that a little bit more by tapping into that first color. And I'm really going to tap it off here on my towel too, and I just kind of want to blend that out a little so it's not so stop and start up here. So one thing that I've been loving doing when I have a darker color on my eyelid is I like using then, because you know me, I like using more of a chromey look. So I'm going to go in here. This is definitely a dark bronze chrome. Or do I want to, yeah, okay. So, and I'm going to, oh wow, see, these go so good together. And it just gives a little extra interest to this here look. And more dimension. And I'm all about that. Just like a painting, you know? This is my canvas. I can do what I want. And that is so pretty. Don't want to blow on your finger if you're doing makeup on someone else, but it's just me. Okay. That's very pretty. I don't know why I'm whispering. Very quiet here. I usually can hear my neighbors upstairs walking around and doing their thing. Very quiet. They must be in. Okay. Okay. I'm going to blend the corner a little with my finger. So, curl in the lashes. This is a BK Beauty eyelash curler, by the way. And I love it because it comes with replacement pads. So if they get really gross, you can just replace them with new ones, and they give you quite a few. Looking for, there it is. I need a dark brown, and I have this one here, and it happens to be Maybelline. When you curl your lashes, it makes it much easier to get under there now because they're out of the way. And I don't take it completely to the inner corner anymore because it just makes a mess. But it's almost there, but not quite. It'll end up going there eventually. Do I want to? No. I think we'll just do a nice soft look and we'll just tightline. Loving and using the Rare Beauty mascara. I love the line in general, and I'm really upset because my very favorite, which is the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer that I absolutely adore, has been out of stock for a long time, and I love it, and I'm out. Okay, $1 Billion Brow Powder. I've been using this for a very long time. This happens to be taupe. I start off with a line rather than go boom, boom. I hate that look. So even if my brows aren't necessarily growing in the right direction and way and all of that, I still do that, and I'll fill it in. This is my easy brow because I have enough brow hairs, although I'm noticing that I'm getting a little bald right there. What's going on there? And then I'm gonna bring this up, kind of fake an arch, if you will. Not that high. That's why I don't tweeze any that get way up in here, because I use those. As I've aged, I've had to kind of fake my arch a bit. And I never take this and go down. I always put it in the direction the hair grows. If you don't have any hair there, that is the direction you want to do, right through here. Otherwise, you're going to look like you have a little tadpole. That isn't my favorite brow look. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my tinted brow gel by Benefit. This is called Gimme Brow in 4.5. I'm going to go down a shade just because I'm kind of wanting a softer brow these days. But I do like my tinted brow gel to be a little darker than my brow powder in general. So, but I'm pretty sure if I go down to either a 4 or a 3.5, I'll have to see what that color looks like. I'll still be good because this is a taupe. You know, the powder is like a taupe. It is a taupe. So I think I'd still be good, but I do like it to be a little darker, and that's because I like that dimension. All right, before I go in with the Patrick Ta, I am gonna soften out what I just did. And yes, the Patrick Ta applicator will do the same. God, I love this stuff so much. I love this. And yes, I love the formula, but this here applicator is the key because it just allows you to manipulate every little tiny brow hair exactly where you want it. And the formula then will lock it right into place. Let's now go on to some color to the cheeks. This is beautiful, by the way. Let me tell you the color of this. Sexy Flush. And I am going to put this directly on a sponge first. But this is a beautiful color. It's pigmented, yes, but it's not overly pigmented, so it does give you grace, you know what I mean? Which is nice when you're dealing with, I think I can deal with this, which is nice. So I do this, and I'm gonna do that right on the apples. The other thing I love about this color is it's not really matte. I don't like my cream blushes to be really matte. Isn't that the softest, prettiest mauvey pink? And I also like to put whatever blush I'm using right up here. I like to keep the center of my face bright, so I don't put it right in the center, but I do bring it over and across my nose sometimes, and even here on my chin, but Yeah. I also am not going to bring this up or too close to my eye for my look here that I'm doing. There are times when that would be totally fine. But I, for the most part, like to just stick this right on top of my actual cheekbone instead of bringing it up. So this is a pretty affordable look we got going here. But with that said, I am going to grab my favorite Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Pencil, which I think is around $23. But honestly, it's my favorite. It goes with almost every single one of my lipsticks because I tend to choose more nude colors. I like to tuck in a little short of where my lip line ends because my actual lip line, if I were to follow it, goes all the way here to the corner, and if I really use that, then my whole look looks, you know, puppety. So I am gonna tuck it in short of that. I just take my pinky now and I just soften that. Okay, this is the color that I ended up grabbing. This is a Milani lipstick. Got this off Amazon. It's called Nude. If you're into matte lipsticks, this is not for you. And then let's go ahead and try, I'm going to try this one here on the left. The other one's more of a berry, which I'm wearing a very blush pink, so I'm not sure why I'm not doing this look around that. I don't know. So this one is called Cookie, and this one is called Cinnamon Bun. All right, I'm going to use Cookie. And again, I love the big dough applicator, but I'm only putting this in the center. They call these glazes. By the way, this collection is called Latte Lips. Okay, I'm gonna dry my hair because I got out of the shower. It's still quite damp. And I'm gonna get on some helper hair and I'm gonna meet you back here because there's a couple things that I want to share with you. And then at the end, I'm gonna check in and see how things are going with my little fix. Just so I can start using this again at my age. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I am wearing Spotlight by Raquel Welch in the color Shaded Biscuit. I have had this style, this wig, this particular wig, this exact wig, for a long time. I'm not sure what year I got it in. Not that I wore it a ton, but I wore it like this pretty often. I always put my longer wigs up because they just are so easy. I don't have to worry about them through the day once I get them up, and they don't take long to get up. And if they do and I'm fussing, then I'm like, no. And I take it off and either not wear helper hair or I'll just put on something else. Like I just don't have the patience. So, or if I'm not in the mood, you know, and I just, okay, I have to sneeze. All right, the first thing I want to show you guys, and I haven't talked about Twisted Silver in quite some time. Twisted Silver is a beautiful woman-owned jewelry company. The owner just has this fantastic eye. These are handmade and absolutely lovely. They don't have this huge gigantic collection, but I actually think that's kind of nice. I rarely see something that they do that I don't like. I don't know if that's ever happened. The really cool thing is, yes, you can go to their website and you can shop and you can look around. They have a subscription club, and I know, that is like everyone is doing one of those these days. But I have to say, the ones that I talk about here on my channel are far and few. I think there was only one other that was an actual, like, you could pay monthly and get something every month. But this is definitely one of the two, I want to say. So every month you get sent, if you're part of this club and you sign up, and I'll give you my code, which is Jill50, which gives you 50% off your very first month. I want to say it's about $39 a month. So for that first month that you signed up, you are getting whatever that month is. You are going to get 50% off, even that. And these are, I want to say, I hate to throw it out there, but I know for a fact you're getting over $100 worth of jewelry every month. And it's usually, not all the time, because they change it up. You know, most of the time I'm seeing is a necklace and some earrings, but sometimes it's bracelets, you know, and you know you're getting twisted silver jewelry, which is incredible. So I want to show you what December's is. I did gasp, like that doesn't always happen, but I did gasp and just sighed right after, because they are the ones that really has made me want to get my ears re-pierced. My ears closed when I was in my 40s, and I really haven't cared. But for instance, let me just show you these. Look at these. Now, these are real crystal, what this little card says, because they always give you a card that gives you, because, you know, they use, oh my God, this is gorgeous. I'm going to show you this here in a minute. The power of positive energy. Let the energy of geodes guide you into a year filled with light and possibilities. Step boldly into 2025 with the energy, renewal, and possibility like a geode. Beauty and strength come from within. Let this piece inspire, balance, fresh starts, and the perfectly imperfect moments that make life extraordinary. Here's to shining brightly and making your 2025 your year. What an amazing message. First of all, thank you for that. I think we all need to hear that these days. So that's lovely. Okay, I want to show you this necklace. It is, wow, it is beautiful. Look at this geode with the hanging beautiful crystal in the middle. What's happening here? I'm going to hang this back here so you can see. If I bring it too close to the light, I'm afraid it's gonna just not show you. This has got a beautiful sort of lavender purple hue to it, but it is so slight. It's absolutely stunning. This might be one of my favorite pieces yet. This is gorgeous. The chain is gorgeous. This is beautiful silver. It's delicate. It's a length that is appropriate, I think, for this piece. But the chain alone is stunning for this. But look at I wish I could put these on so bad. Look at these. Are those not absolutely gorgeous? Wow. Beautiful. This is December. They only have so many. They only make so many. They always make sure that they can fulfill their subscribers. Many times, and I have a funny feeling it is going to happen this time, they end up not being able to for the new subscribers. So when they run out, they will substitute with something absolutely gorgeous, no doubt. But it is disappointing. So since this is the beginning of December, and if you're really interested in this and you're interested in learning more about their subscription service, because they make it so easy to cancel, you guys. You don't have to worry about hunting and fishing for where you have to, where you can cancel online. They make it very, very easy. So don't worry about that part of it, because I know that is a bummer. But definitely consider if this is something that is intriguing to you in general. But Twisted Silver, as for the brand, you will not be disappointed. I usually gasp because you can check online toward the end of the month, what that next month is going to be. But I always try to not do that. So when I get this in the mail, I'm surprised, and it's always amazing and fun. So check out Twisted Silver. Okay, so this is, I hope I have time for this, and I hope I don't have to edit this out. I was sent these really fun reading glasses. I have tried them on and I love them. I want to show you. These are so fun. So they have, again, I'll put the name of the company up here. I feel like, because you're going to get a lot of glare from my light here, but I feel like these are an ode to the 60s in a way, which is a huge trend right now when it comes to glasses. The funkier, the bigger, really the better. They do have even funkier ones. They have cat eye ones. They also have little ones. They have all different kinds of styles. I guess because I'm watching Mad Men, I gravitated toward the really cool ones. I actually love these. Honestly, wasn't sure if these were gonna be comfortable or if because these are kind of clunkier, and I'm like, I wonder if this is gonna really hurt my nose. Oh my God, they fit me so well. And I do have a broader nose, so that can be a problem, but they actually are really comfortable. Anyway, I love these. Yeah, I can read down here. I had to get the 3.00 because that's how blind I am. Anyway, I love these. I love the color of these. It's like this pretty orangey color. Really pretty. Let me take this off. These ones don't have that give to them, so they fit very securely, which is fabulous. But we have these as well. These also have blue light, by the way. I can tell by what's being shown. But these aren't too outrageous. I really love these. Imagine this with an outfit that, I mean, these don't necessarily match what I'm wearing today, but aren't they darling? So these are the progressive. I don't know why I've been into glasses lately and switching things up. It's part of aging. Chances are, if you're not an eyeglass wearer by the time you reach your 50s, good for you, but most of us are. And on top of that, we need readers probably. So yeah. So this last pair I think are the funkiest, even though you're probably not going to think they're that funky, but these are blue light as well. Okay. So these are a tortoiseshell, but they're kind of more of a gray black tortoiseshell. Aren't they cool? Again, I had to get the 3. No give on these. They're all so comfortable though. I would tell you if they weren't. They are comfortable on my face, on my nose, which is a hard thing for me to get. Aren't these adorable? And you know what's fun? These aren't that expensive. They're affordable. They're not real expensive. I want to say the 30s is where you're probably going to see most of the styles. But they are really, I just fell in love with them. They're just, they have a little extra something special. And so when I went to their website, when they reached out to me, I'm like, oh yeah. All right, I'm going to check in. I have been recording now, believe it or not, for nearly 2 hours. It's amazing how much editing I have to do. Let me go to my 10 times mirror. And I just don't think this is fair, but I am. And, I do a lot of scrunching. And so that crepiness is really going to work out. No, this is working out great, you guys. Later through the day, if you're thinking, I just want to touch it up, say you are out and about longer than, a few hours. I would touch it up with less of a packing brush, maybe more of a foofy brush. This is still considered a packing brush, but, and just touch it up a little there, a little here. I don't like putting anything anymore under there. It just messes with my eye makeup. And so I try to keep my concealer for the most part away from just putting it all under here. Now when I did with this, because it is a powder and it works fine. Let me see if there is enough of the balm left to where I don't have to put any, and it works great. Yeah, I feel like this is the way to go. And I just love how this is really the prima donna when it comes to giving me the coverage with the color correction. So to be able to use this again, I think is exciting. I did have to mitigate some issues as you saw in that portion, but hopefully I was able to edit this in such a way where you still got to see these fun little side things that I wanted to share with you. All right, I am gonna let you go, and thank you so much for joining me today and spending some of your day with me here on Jill and Beauty Therapy. Let me know you showed up. Let me know you watched down below. It's the only way I know you're there. And I love our community, and I love being a part of it. I read all of your comments, and thank you again for being a part of this community. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.